Springtime Vibes event, which is perfect for our book that we started on last week. I have since worked on it a little bit, and today we're going to work on it some more. I'm so excited. All right, let's see. I did put some stenciling in here. If you're seeing this red live button, we are live. If not, you're on the replay. That's great too. Just type in hashtag replay. Let me know that you stopped by. Okay. So for this book, we've been using the Stamperia Hortensia collection, and it is amazing. I would like to put some trims in there today, so let's see. Let's turn this on. We will grab another glue stick. Hey, there's somebody. When you get here, say hello. Let me know that you're here. I also did some cutting out of some of the little pieces that come in this collection, so we can get some of these tags in here. These are so cute. I love them. There's this one. It has our little dragonfly. All right. So let's take a look at where we are, and then we'll see where we're going to go. I do have... I need to get some little shakers. I have the window ready to go, and I need to decide what kind of sequins I want to put in there. I think these ones would be really pretty. Let's see. I now have my sequin drawer right here at my desk, which is amazing. I could maybe add in a little bit of this purple with it. That could be pretty. Those are really big sequins, though. How is everyone? We've made it to Wednesday. For some people, I know that's half the battle. Let's see. I don't know. That has a lot of stars and gold. I don't know if I really want that. This one could be really pretty too. All right, let's see what's in there. Yeah, it's got some little flowers. Look at that. That's perfect for springtime vibes. We could do this and a little bit of that and call it good. All right, so let me show you the page that I think we should work on here. I also have some trims to put in. I did put in a few trims. I like this one. I like how you can see it from the front here. You can see this lace. I don't know if I can see comments. Oh, there we go. There's Leah and Dondi and Tisha. Hello, ladies. Who else did I miss? Who else is in the house? All right. This one is a cool pocket, so I think we should definitely put something in there. Done some stenciling. Kim and you went to lunch and then a quick trip to Hobby Lobby. That's a fun day. That is a fun day. Okay, now on this one, this is a little plain. I do have some of the chipboard pieces that go with this collection, so we could put something there. You guys know I probably will not put these ladies in here. They're just not my jam, but you know, maybe they are for somebody. I do like this though. Like this could go here. Let's kick out these ladies. I'll probably gift those away to somebody. That one just kind of blends too much. Let's see. Butterflies come to pretty flowers. That could be cute. I kind of like that. Let's see. We'll keep looking. I do want to work on this window, though. Let's find the window page because it looks kind of a mess. Okay, so here is the window page. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, and then I got to show you guys, I decided to put in a page that kind of bursts right here. So we need to finish this page too. So we'll try to finish this one and this one today and maybe put in some trims. I'm going to clip this aside here so it can stay open. All right, so this page, I don't know if you guys remember, it was our window. And what I decided to do is this side is just a pocket. So that's already glued down, just a pocket in there. But this side, I do want to put some cellophane, and we'll make it an actual window-looking pocket that opens. So I want to put one of the little sayings from the collection back here. And I want to make this kind of a big piece of cellophane here. So I need to, let's see, what can I find? Usually finding a wrapper around here is not that tough. Those ones are really thick wrappers, though. Let's see. Why do I have to be specific? Let's see. Oh, yes, and I had some of these cute little butterflies I wanted to put in here, too. I think this wrapper might do. We'll just take a piece. There we go. That's about perfect, actually. My little jemmies will be left without a wrapper, but that's okay because they have a drawer that they live in. Where did those sweet butterflies go? Here they are. We'll put some butterflies in this book too because they're great for springtime. I've got blue and green. So those will have to go in. Okay, so first things first, let's get this figured out here. Now this side closes, which is great because we're going to want to put some sequins in here. And I'm actually pretty happy with the size of this as far as the width goes. So this is what it's going to look like when we go in. We'll put some sequins in there. So basically, we just need to cut off this part that has a hole. And we want it to be big enough that it will hide. Let's see, I may have to do this because this has this little piece of something. So we want our wrapper to hide behind the paper here. And go ahead and trim this off. There we go. Is it feeling like springtime where you guys are? Thank you for sprinkling. Let's see if we can get just a little bit of this off here. This is just like something's onto the sticky piece of this. There we go. That will help. Okay, so what we're gonna do, first things first, let's put a little bit of glue under here, and then I'm also gonna use some double-sided tape just because we want this to be nice and closed up before we put the sprinkles in it. Talking of sprinkles, we had kind of a funny thing happen at lunch today, and it was realized that I call the shredded lettuce sprinkled lettuce. I like the lettuce that sprinkles. So I guess that's because I'm in my creative world. I don't know. I call it the sprinkly lettuce. However, last night we went out to eat, and I ended up with a side salad, as they called it on my receipt. And it literally was just sprinkly lettuce and a slice of tomato with a dressing. So that was a little too plain for my liking, but whatever. I still ate it, I guess. All right, so we're going to do, you guys know I do tape for today, glue for tomorrow. That still works on this type of a thing as well. I want to make sure we have a good sealed area before we put the little shaky bits in here, and that is going to show, I think, which is fine. We'll put it up at the top there. So that I didn't leave myself a lot of room at the bottom here, if that's going to show. All right. So I want to put some double-sided tape while we have it out at the top and the bottom of this window that's going to peek out. Let's see, where's it going to open? Oh, it's going to open like that. Okay, so we'll have a little bit of room over here as well. We can put some double-sided tape. And the double-sided tape will just help us hold it for right now, which is great. Especially while we're trying to get it all situated in there with our sprinkles. Speaking of springtime vibes, I'm super excited. Arizona is 77 degrees. Oh my goodness. That must be nice. We're still in the 40s and it's cold. Speaking of springtime vibes, I'm going to be in a collab here pretty soon. It starts on the 15th. I'm so excited with Rachel Bella Crafts and Angela Kerr here on YouTube. Super exciting. The kits are absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to play. The kits are on 40% off right now too. Half of the kit is with Rachel Bella Crafts and the other half is with Angela Kerr. So if you haven't seen them or heard the buzz going on here on YouTube, go check them out because the kits are, like I said, absolutely stunning. I can't wait. Okay, so I think I'm having an issue here. This is just a little bit too long. So rather than cut this off, see, I don't know if you guys can see, it is just sticking out just a little bit. So when I glue this down, I might just keep this long because I don't want to lose this side that's already sealed up here of my envelope. Rather than cut it, I think I'll glue a trim over it, which will be pretty anyways, and it'll help keep that integrity of the bag there. So let's try and see if we can find some sort of a quote there on the inside of this cover piece here. There's all kinds of quotes. So let's see. Flowers are like friends. They bring color to your world. That's nice. I like that. The future belongs to those who believe in beauty of their dreams. If friends were flowers, I'd pick you. Dreams are illustrations from the book your soul is writing about you. That's kind of cool. This one says, everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Every flower is a soul blossoming in nature. That's kind of cool. Let's use that one. All right, let's get it. Means we got to cut it out, but I do like that they have these shapes pretty easy to be cut out. Now, when you're doing a shaker, you have to decide what is to be the main event. As far as what you want people to see the most of, I don't want the book page to be the focal. So I could stencil. I've done some really beautiful stenciling in this book. I need to show you guys. If you missed it on Facebook, I was showing some stencils, and I did use this book to stencil a little bit. Let's see. Here's one page, but see how pretty this stenciling is. But it kind of takes over, which is great for a page that's plain like this. But then if we wanted it to be, I think we could still do it back here because I don't want this to be the focal. I'm just going to do it in a little bit lighter color. So let's do something. We could do sponge sugar. That's a pretty light color. Or speckled egg. Let's do speckled egg. I think that will be nice. Okay, let me see. I'm trying to get it here. There we go. And we'll just stencil a little bit where this word is going to go right here. And the stencils that I've been using are by All and Create. And they're absolutely gorgeous. I will have some available for sale. So if you're needing stencils, definitely send me a message. Let's do this one. Okay, I gotta open it here. We'll get our springtime going on with this stencil. Ugh, wait. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you, Leah. 60, but damp and cold and raining. You're in New York. Am I remembering right? I think Christy's the one that is in Maryland. Ooh, okay. See, this is going to be really pretty. We're going to set the stencil here. I don't tape my stencils down. Sometimes as I get going, I wish that I did. But you can definitely tape them down. Use like a washi tape or a removable tape, painter's tape, that kind of thing. And just tape it down. We're going to just stencil right over this book page. I think there's something beautiful about stenciling over book page. But I do want my little sprinkles that I'm going to put in the shaker to kind of be the main event when you open this little window. So I didn't want any like really dark coloring to take over. We kind of want one shining star. All right, so there we go. Now when we lift this off, we've got a nice stenciled image there, but it's not too bright, which is great. We'll take it. All right, we'll let that dry for a second while I clean off this stencil. Now I just use mostly it's 99% water wet wipes to wipe off my stencils. Some people soak theirs in water or take them to the sink. Either way is fine, but you do want to try to clean it off if you want to take good care of your stencils. And these ones are pretty intricate, but they aren't as delicate as you would think that they are. Not to say you should really roughhouse or anything with them, but you know, I feel confident that I can clean it off, which is great. All right, and then for lack of a better storage at this point, I just put them right back into the packaging. I saw a video last night. A friend sent me a video from a YouTuber trying to store her stencils as well. So I was glad I wasn't the only one with storage issues. But she took hers out of the packaging. And honestly, I don't want to do that. Because this packaging really is super thin. So I think rather than trying to create something else, I'm just going to use what's already there. I'm going to keep it in the packaging and then, you know, I can just kind of go from there. Okay, so here's what's going to look like. Let's just take a peek and see where we're going here. There we go. See, I think that gave it like just enough back there. Hopefully you guys can kind of see. Tilt away from that glare. There we go. We'll glue this into place. So let's just glue this. Glue this down. I'm going to put it outside of the plastic just because I can. And then my little shaky stuff that I'm putting in the shaker won't catch on it. It'll just stay in the place. So we'll just build over this, which is great. You could also glue this to the back of the cellophane. That would work as well, but we're just going to do like this. Okay. Now let's close this glue for a second. Doesn't dry up on us. What's everybody drinking today? I just switched to some Sprite Zero. I had a tea and lemonade flavored Monster today. Ooh, I forgot to ask Mama Christine if she made her lemonade. She was going to make some really good lemonade. Okay. Ooh, you've got hot tea with honey. That's perfect. Hi, Christy. Just so you guys know too, let me just say it every time. The Artistry Collective is hosted by our sweet friend who just arrived here in the comments, Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. Up after me is Leah with Make All the Things With Me. And then after her is Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. This week we are doing springtime vibes. So we'll all be crafting something to do with some springtime fun. This guy I want to stay out of here. And you never know what we're going to come up with. I'm mostly a paper crafter and mixed media artist, and Leah does a lot of home decor and DIY, but she's also a paper crafter. And then Christy is a wonderful mixed media artist, and she does some really beautiful home decor pieces as well, but she also has started doing junk journals. So exciting that we all have come together and we make beautiful things. So you'll want to check out everybody today in the lineup. There's only 3 of us, so it's not that difficult. But we are also trying to grow our YouTube channels. So if you could spread the word, bring in some friends that might like to watch what we're crafting and see what we do, that would be fantastic. We would greatly appreciate you, especially if you can smash that like and thumbs up and all the things on YouTube for us. That would be great. Okay, I think this is going to be good. Now, one thing we're going to do that's going to kind of throw me off and be a little backwards is we're going to fill this up, and the opening is going to be at the bottom just because I have a higher area over here and I have this kind of stained area on my bag. It's from the tape, so I don't want that to show through my window. So we're going to put our shaky bits in here. Now, one thing to note, when you're making a shaker, you want to put less things than what you think you're going to need. Less little shaky bits than what you actually think will be needed in there. And that is because when you put a lot of it, it will just kind of cloud the whole space and it won't shake very good. So let's just pour a little bit of this in here. Now here's the test of our bag. Ooh, is it gonna hold or is it gonna leak everywhere? I sometimes like to put a little bit of glitter in here too, and I did that one time with a book that I was making, and I used this tinseled glitter because it was so pretty. It was awful. In the shaker, it just stuck to the plastic and you couldn't see anything through it. I had planned to put a picture of my dog in there, and all you can see is tinsel glitter. So like I said, try to figure out what you want to be the main event, and tinsel glitter is awesome, but it just really wasn't best for a shaker. Okay, so now this has a little sticky tab here, and I don't want my stuff to stick on that, so we're just going to add a little bit of this. Now, some people use a spoon for this, and that's pretty smart because then you can measure it a little better. I don't really do that because I'm not that organized. I just kind of pour and pray, I guess. I don't know. And I would say I use like a good amount to measure is like a third-ish, but this is also pretty thick and it's going inside the book. So I don't want it to be like mega thick. Maybe we'll keep those out and we can use them somewhere else. So now this is going to go up here just like this. And then all these shaky things are going to come down. Oh, and there's some cute little hearts in there I can just see. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to seal this up so it doesn't leak everywhere. So let's get some more of our double-sided tape and we'll stick a little bit inside of there, inside the plastic bag. And we'll also stick some glue. The double-sided tape is not the full length, which it could be a little bit bigger. We want to stick close to the edge because we don't want this to be in view down here. Okay, so now we'll peel this and then we'll put some actual glue. Now this isn't going to hold, like I said, the whole length because I didn't put it on the whole length. But it will hold most of it, which is great. But our little sequins are small and they can still leak, so we got to be careful. But once we get this into position, then I'll put more double-sided tape on the outside and I'll glue it closed. So we're going to put all of this in here. Now you could use like a little Ziploc bag, and then that could help keep it more closed. Now some people just use, one sheet or whatever of this, and that works too. There's so many different ways to make a shaker. Some people use shaker domes. You can just use cellophane bags. You can use Ziploc bags. Use what you have. That's what I say. Just use what you have. And oh, see, now I got these little shaky bits everywhere. Okay, so now we've got this tape that I can't see anymore. Where'd it go? There it is. And we'll put some glue all around. Now we don't want to glue our window. Oh, maybe I have a leak somewhere because these sequins just seem to keep pouring out. Well, we'll get this glued down and then we'll secure the edges. Okay, let's see, that's the back side. I'm gonna glue the back side down so that it has an extra sticky place to go. There we go. And again, we already decided that it is going to stick out a little bit of the edge. Oh, I think it's coming out of that opening right there. Imagine that. It's coming out the opening. There we go. Glue that down. And then once I get this situated here, we'll glue it to this page. I want all the shaky bits to get out of here. There we go. There's another one leaking out. Oh, shakers can be a little tricky to work with. Now, the one thing we don't want to do here is hot glue. I will use hot glue on the trim, but if we use hot glue on this cellophane bag, it will melt. Which sounds silly to say that I have to point it out, but trust me, yeah, I've done it before. Do all the things, friends. We really appreciate it. Now, last week, there was something silly going on for Christy's Live. I think some gamer channel must have decided to come visit us or something. Because there was some people that I don't think any of us really recognized. And the numbers were fluctuating so much. Like 1 minute she'd have 40, then the next minute she'd have 100 viewers, and the next minute she'd have 30, then the next minute she'd have 10. It was just a really weird thing. There was some really weird comments too. So, you know, share to the right places so we can hopefully get the right friends to watch us. However, it was all still engagement, and her page, I'm sure, got a little bump. So we'll take it. We'll take what we can get. But it would be great if it was crafty friends joining us. Okay, so let's see. Now we're going to go ahead and peel this. Now some people say, why do you put the tape on and take it off? Well, we're not putting tape on and taking it off. This is double-sided tape, so we're just taking off the wrapping. What's the best way to share? I think just copy the link and spread it out there. If you're in any groups that allow you to post links, that's helpful. Or definitely share the poster that we have for today and make sure people know that it's on YouTube. I try to, on my Facebook page, post as a story or post as a post. Trying to get all the different ways that they allow you to post on different platforms is a really good way to get noticed. I also posted the flyer on Telegram in hopes that maybe some of my regular friends would come and watch us too. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and just put this down, but I want these little shaky bits to stay here. I think I might also want some double-sided tape in the crevice here. Do I want to do that? We'll gather up all these little shaky bits before we close it down. Maybe I want to put a little piece of double-sided tape under there before we glue it. I don't want it to be seen, but at the same time I want it to be stuck really good. All right, let's put this, I want to put it, I think, under here. I should have did that before I did this one. Can I do that? No, because that's the window part that's going to move. So we'll just put some right there. So when you have interactive moving pieces, you need to always try and figure out where they move and how you can most easily get them into place with, without your construction being seen. So this part, the construction is the tape and the glue. We obviously want it to stick, but we don't want it to be in view. All right, there we go. So now I have glue all over this outside of here. Let's just add a little bit more. And it's going to glue over here. So we've been working on this right side, but it's actually going to glue on the left side. And we'll just stick this down. Now see how it's kind of trying to bubble up, and that's because I have all of these shaky bits in there. But as soon as they move, they'll cover over here. So let's stand it up a little bit. And less is more in this instance. I even think I still put too many. There we go. Now see, when it shakes, we'll be able to see our little saying back there. We could also put a little saying over here. Oops. And this flower here, I think I might just glue right to there. I've got this little piece of tape left because it's actually part of this side of the window. So we'll just glue that down, and then it won't be weird, because it does kind of look weird. I do like an interactive shaker, though. I think it adds a fun surprise when you open the little window. There'll be some little sparkly things. Let's see. There we go. I'm going to put a little bit of glue too, just because. I'll stick for a long time to come that way. At least that's the hope. All right. So there we go. So there's our little window, and it opens, and you've got all these beautiful springtime sparkly things. And then I've got all these little wrappers left. Let's see. So we have some, again, I call it construction, that we need to cover up. I don't think we're leaking anymore, so that's great. Now, this part does bother me just a little bit because it's from the bag. So we could stick some extra little double-sided tape in there. I don't think it's going to be seen in the crease. It'll be seen a little less than having that piece kind of poking around. So let's see if we can get a little piece of this tape under there. I should have just did that. In fact, will it let me lift it back up? Probably not because of the double-sided tape. Oh, maybe I can. Ah ha ha! Yay! Yay, hooray for tape that gives you a minute. And glue, love it. Okay, so we're gonna put that piece right there. Pull that off of there, and then hopefully that will stick down a little better. We're gonna add some more glue just because I pulled it back up. Oh, that might be the sound of the end of this glue bottle. Eek. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to press it back down. Try to get it as flat as we can. And we're going to press right here because that's where I put that tape. And hopefully that will just keep that part of the bag there sealed. Okay. And then over here, we're going to put a piece of trim. And let's see, I have some really pretty ones picked out. This one, I think, might go really well. It'll just kind of be a nice little accent piece to the side of that, which will also keep our cellophane enclosed in this little piece. All right, let's do it. I think this should be warm enough now. Now remember, I did say don't use hot glue on cellophane, but this is the end of it. And we're gonna glue this lace down. So it should be just fine here. It's mostly on the paper. Stick that in there. I am loving this book. I was super excited to work on it today. Where are my, there they are. Beautiful. Yay, I'm glad you guys are liking it too. This book is coming together so nicely. I got to show you all the stenciling that we did. And then I'm excited to work on that last page too. I like pages that I typically go for the wow factor. And sometimes that means I rip them apart, do all the things, but let's put some glue right here to just kind of hold this in place. This can help us hold this bulky area a little better. And then we'll put some more glue to hold our lace here. Now, also remember that if you're doing this type of a project, when you're gluing over where the cellophane might be, it could melt and get hot and sticky. So, you know, just keep your fingers safe while you're gluing along. Most of us crafters, I think, have hot glue burns permanently on our fingers. They, you know, some people kind of laugh and say, I don't have fingerprints anymore. And that could sort of be true. Okay, especially if you've never played with the Ryobi before, the glue gets so hot, which is great for when you're crafting, but it doesn't really do nice things to your hands. Okay, I think over here, I do want to put one of those chipboard stickers. They're not stickers, chipboard pieces. Like that one little flower that I just had out, I think would be perfect. Like this, since we already have some bulk right here anyways, let's just make sure that our window would still open, and it will. So let's just glue that right. Can you guys see? No, there we go. We'll just glue this right here. And yep, I'm going to continue with my hot glue because I have it out and I know it will glue and hold it instantly. So again, making sure that my window will still open. Perfect. And really squeezing it down. That's like my one big pet peeve with hot glue. If you use it and you don't squish it down, it just hardens. So then you have this big hardened clump, even on the other side. And I don't like to see that. So I really squish mine down. Okay. Yay, that looks so much better. Now we've got our shaker piece is all done. Let's try and get these shakety bits out of the crease and just kind of more into the center. There we go. Now we could have glued the one side of this acetate envelope to the book page, as then it would actually be sticking down, but I didn't really think that was necessary. So now you can see, we can hardly see my little quote that's in there. Again, when you're talking about shakers, really, you saw I used like, it was like a fifth of the bag, but I could have even still used less. Always when you think you have it figured out, do a little bit less. It's a hard thing to judge when you're putting these little shaky sequins and things in there, but okay. And it will create some bulk and kind of be a little bit bumpy. So let's see. You can see, it really doesn't create, where's the page? See, I can't even figure it out right away where it is. So that's a good sign. Let's see, where'd it go? Well, what the heck? Oh, here it is. I think it's, no, that's another piece with lace. All right, so it's not creating too much bulk. I can't even find the page again. So that's good. I can feel it adding a little bit of weight though. There it is. So it's right here. It's right in there, and it does kind of create a little bit of a ripple, but not much. So that's good. Let's take a flip through and see what we're doing here. This page I did a little bit of stenciling on. I love this stencil. This stencil worked out really good. And I love this one as well. These are all in Create stencils, and they absolutely are wonderful. Now, one thing I didn't notice when I glued this on is that I have this little piece of the chipboard showing right here. So I might put something there, even if it's just a little piece of lace or a little piece of something to hide that. And it does create some stiffness on this page here, which I'm not too keen on, but whoa, and we have some leakage happening. Why is it leaking? Well, let's try and put some hot glue. Hopefully I don't regret putting the hot glue because of that cellophane, but we'll just see what we can do here. Kind of create a little seal if we can, and press this paper down. All right, hopefully leaking no more. And remember, whenever you're using a hot glue, to get all of your hot glue strings and globs and all the things. I think that always is like one of the things I'm really conscious about, as far as I don't want it to cheapen the look of my book by, seeing the construction. So I always try really hard to hide what I can. And I mean, some things you just can't hide, but if you can get in here and, this has a little bit of extra glue right there, if I can peel off any of those extra little things and just make it look nice again, that's what we want to do. And also with hot glue, you can use a heat tool and get those extra strings off. But be careful when you're using cellophane because it will melt. So tricky being mixed media because, you have multiple things to worry about. All right, so let's, I think we're doing okay for time. Yeah, let's squeeze back here. Oh, I love this one. Look how pretty that one turned out. We'll squeeze back to the back of the book. More fun stencils. This was actually the stenciled side. This was the side that I had sprayed this one. And then this was the top side where the spray went. So that was kind of fun. Okay, so now, and this was a stencil by 13 Arts. And I feel like it really goes well. Okay, so now we're at this one, and you can see I just kind of ripped a hole here, and this was a cutout from the book. I did some scripty font back here, and I think I'm just going to put this in here. Now, we could put cellophane all along here if we wanted to, but I don't really think I'm going to. We could also glue this down over here, but I don't think I want to do that either because I want to enjoy this whole page. So what I think I'm gonna do for now, actually we could use some sparkle window. Ooh, all right, let me find it. Here we go. Here's some sparkle window, and it's even a purple one. So this is just laminated glitter. I usually do this in the summertime because I try to do it outside. I learned this from Shinuki Art here on YouTube, and it's kind of like making a film in your page here. So I'm just going to cut off what I need. Let's see. It's not going to be hugely noticeable, but we will take what we can get from it. And it'll give a little more integrity to this page because this is just vintage book page. So let's see. Do we want the top to be up there? I think we might want this. So what we're going to see is going to be under here. And it's just going to give some glitter to that opening. Can you guys see it? All right. And then I need to decide, I think I'm going to put some of those little butterfly stickers that I just had out on these little flaps. So I'll have like one here or there or wherever. And okay, so this is going to need to glue back here. And this is kind of as tricky to glue as like a vellum because it is see-through. Now, laminating glitter can be a little messy. So you get your laminate sheet, which is kind of like a little pocket. And you put the glitter inside of the pocket and then you run it through your laminating machine. It really helps if your laminator is not one of the ones where you have to tilt your things in. If it just goes straight across, that is really helpful. I'm going to put this down first and then we'll see here. Now, this back side here, we could have put some vellum in. This back side here is going to be visible. There's really no way around that unless if we glue the page down, but I want to be able to see this whole part here. So what we can do is we can glue some paper over and around, kind of make like a little, we could put trim on this side and glue some paper at the top and the bottom. And I think that would help make it look a little prettier when you open this side here. But let's get enough glue in here. This glue does dry clear. This is barely our glue. And it's taken quite some time to use up this bottle, even though it's not very big. And I guess I would say I'm an avid gluer. All right, now I was also noticing this little leaf is trying to get in the way. There we go. That's pretty. I love that. I think I want the butterfly there to be in the center. I don't know what it is about butterflies, but they're just so beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and glue this all the way down. Really paying attention to those corners and the edges. I try to get close to the edge so that when I push it down, it will spread out and get glue all the way to the edge. Preferably not like leaking out glue, but that happens sometimes too. So, all right, I'll put this back up here. Let's press this all around. Now here is a good spot where you could use, see that little leaf there is being not good. We're just going to snip off that little corner. There we go. So instead of fighting it, it's just gone. I should squeeze a little bit of glue under there. And good morning. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'm live. I'll see you after a bit. Okay, there we go. Now we got that glued down. How are we doing? We got like 12 minutes to go, I think. Again, up after me is Leah with Make All the Things With Me. Okay, so a good thing to do with some of these scraps is what we need to do over here on the back side. So let's take a look at these little strips that we have and we'll see which one can help us out the most. Just to hide some of our construction here again. So we could put, I kind of like this one here at the bottom maybe. Now some of this is still going to be visible and that's all right. But we could put at least a little bit of something up here. So it's just a little prettier. We'll do like this maybe, and then, or I have this one. This is really pretty too. I like this. Both sides are really pretty. Ah, Stamperia, why do you do this to us? Yeah, I think I like this one a little better. And we'll just tear this off. So again, a really good reason to keep your scraps while you're working. And who are we kidding? When it's Stamperia, we want to use every scrap. Thank you, Tisha. Yeah, I'm loving this book. This one's an altered book. So, you know, if you are someone who is a beginner, maybe you don't feel brave enough, although honestly, the hardest part is just taking that first step to make a journal of your own. But if you don't feel like you want to tackle sewing in signatures or anything like that, or doing a binding, hi Sharon. An altered book is a beautiful way to start, and it's a pretty easy way to start. You can just tear some pages out, keep some pages, and then decorate. And I love that part when you get to the decorating. Okay, so there. Oh, no. I wanted this one. I want the flowers kind of on the inside so I don't cover any of them. And then over here we'll put a trim. So that way, even though we have this construction, it's okay. I think I want this. Yeah, just this, more of this purple lace in here. And again, I'm going to use hot glue, and over the corner here, it's not a problem because there's paper. But on the rest of it, we have to be a little bit careful because we have that laminate sheet, which is making our sparkle window. This brush, I don't know why it's my favorite, because this piece always tries to come out. I don't even know what brand it is. I got it at Ross, of all the places. It's a 1-inch flat, made in China. That's all it says on the handle, but I do love it. I have my one from Prima. I should just use that one because it's way better put together. All right, so here we go. Gluing over this laminate sheet. Now, laminate sheet is designed to get hot. At least these ones are, because it goes through a heat laminator. You can get ones that are cold. Ooh, I can smell it. So it is melting under there. But that's okay. I want it to melt and hold this lace. Just keep in mind, if you're touching it, it'll go through the lace. So just be careful. Who knew crafting was so dangerous? Dangerous job. All right. That should be held on there. You can also use other things like Fabri-Tac and 3-in-1. You don't have to use hot glue. There we go. So I do like that. Now let's see what it looks like when we close and open this. And of course, we'll put some stickles there so that things with wings can sparkle. Collect all of my glue strings here. Again, being careful if you're using a heat tool to collect those glue strings, that this is a melting material. There we go. I like that. Now let's put our cute little butterflies and maybe some little blingy dots here. That's right. Me too, Sharon. Me too. Me too. All right, let me grab these other ones that I dropped. These ones are blue, and I want to put one blue one, one green one, and then maybe a little dot. Okay, and I also want to glue these down so that these little flaps aren't just left unattended here to do whatever they feel like doing. We're gonna give them a job. They're gonna glue. Now you could tear these off. I kind of like them though. I think they add to the ripped effect. And you can crinkle them up like I just did as you're gluing. That kind of gives it a little more interest. Now sometimes I will put mesh or tulle behind this rip. You could also put fabric, wallpaper, the sparkle window pages, whatever you want to put back there. Just remember, you got to find some way to clean up the construction site back here. And I don't know that this is like the perfect thing, but I do kind of like the look of this butterfly back here. It kind of gives it a way for this things with wings to sparkle. So look at it from all angles, I guess is what I'm trying to tell you. Very long-winded like. You love the window. I love windows and doors too. I don't know what it is about windows and doors, but they are so fun to make crafty things with. All right, there we go. So then this will just stick down here. You love it. Yay. Sometimes I will stamp on these. You can put sentiments on your little ripped flaps. You can put different ink, whatever it is you want to put under there, or over there rather. Do that. Let's see. Let's get some butterflies and some little dots. Again, up after me is Leah with Make All the Things With Me, and she's here in the comments if you haven't seen her already. I'm sure she's got something great planned for springtime. These are stuck. Look at this. This is how they live in my drawer, but I've used these pieces, so obviously I need to take out the excess and not just swipe a butterfly. This is what I usually do. I just swipe the butterfly and I press it back down, but maybe I need to not do that. Okay, and all the sticky stayed over there. We'll just use a little blob of some hot glue. And this has a circle in it, I can see, so it's kind of like a flat back button. I don't want to push my finger in that, so press it down flat with a tool. Get those extra glue globs. And then one thing I like to do, we'll do it after I do this butterfly here. I think we have time. Yeah, we have just a few minutes left, so perfect. Is to make some little flight marks, so it looks like the butterfly is just happily flying along there. We'll put one down here. And this just gives some extra interest to this side of the page. Which again, we want to look at all sides of the page. All right, so those are good to go. And I'll be irritated next time I look at those little stickies. All right, so I've got just my Micron pen. This is an O2 archival ink. It's black. And really, I try not to think about it too much. I just make little dashes for the butterfly. Kind of shows you where this butterfly has been. And maybe where it's going. We'll just let it fly right off the edge of the page. And then this one, we'll do this way. Maybe this butterfly is flying in circles. Bigger circles, and you can do bigger dashes, you can do dots, you can do whatever you want. Just gives some flight pattern to those butterflies. I'll hold it up so you guys can see a little better. There we go. And we could ink these edges, add any kind of definition that we want there. And I think I'll put a couple little dots, maybe these little teal dots. This is just two. The eye kind of likes things in an uneven number of patterns. So, you know, maybe adding, we have two things here, so we could add, oh, there's some flowers. I was just thinking these little enamel dots. So that made it uneven. Let's get two more of these enamel dots, and that'll be 3 enamel dots and 2 butterflies, which makes 5. Boy. And one more. Now these enamel dots are in this little package of sequins that we used in the shaky bits, which is good because then it kind of ties in those shaky bits somewhere else in the book. So when you use the same materials, even if in different ways, it just adds cohesion to your overall look here. I don't know if I'm going to get these glued down in the last 40 seconds, but guys, go check out Leah with Make All the Things With Me. I'm sure she's got something great planned for us. And I will see you next week here Wednesday. Be sure to check out Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage too after Leah. Tonight, Wednesdays, we are live here from the Artistry Collective, which is hosted by Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I will see you next week.